few weeks ago, I was verbally attacked on Instagram by a very angry person. And this person accused me of not facing reality by choosing joy. She was suffering from an illness, as were some of the people around her. And how dare I choose joy? Wasn't I aware of all the suffering? And in this video, I want to share how choosing joy is just a perspective that I get to choose and you get to choose too. And it doesn't mean that you cannot have empathy for people around you who are suffering. They're not mutually exclusive. Now, we live right now in crazy times. It's April 2020 and worldwide we're dealing with a virus. And everybody responds to this differently because everybody has a different perception of what this means to them. And your perception creates your reality. That's just how the world works. There is no such thing as the single reality. It's all perspective. And you get to choose it. And how you choose it, you're probably not even aware. But mostly how you choose it is by the sources you surround yourself with. And with sources, I mean the information you consume, the people you hang out with and you talk to, news that you're watching or not watching, like what is coming into your world from the outside. That creates your worldview. If you are only reading financial news, for example, that obviously influences how you see the world. You know, and even like in the United States, it's even more polarized right now. Depending on the news source that you consume, it probably determines your worldview, like from left to right. So you get to choose your reality by what you consume, who you surround yourself with, and the conversations you have. If you only talk with your friends or with your family, if you only talk about the virus and how it's going to hit and the measurements you do to protect yourself, you take to protect yourself, if that is your topic of conversation, then obviously that impacts your worldview insanely at the moment. And my guess is there's a lot of hidden fear underneath, because talking about viruses is probably not fun for anybody. But if you choose to focus on positive stuff, on things that light you up right now, on things you are grateful for, you still have, or you still can do, or finally can do, because now all of a sudden it feels like you have more time, then that becomes your reality. Now, does it mean that if you choose to focus on the positive, that you cannot have an eye and you cannot see people who are suffering? Of course you can. Of course. It just means you come in with a different perspective. And I'm not sure what this person who was so angry really wanted from me, because I'm not sure that it is very helpful if I go into a negative mode and it thinks like, oh, the world's really bad right now and it's also horrible right now. If that's helpful for anybody, I don't believe that. We live in a magnetic universe. And a magnetic universe means that you attract what you send out into this world. And by sending out, it's your vibration. Like Einstein proved, we're all energy. And energy vibrates. High vibe, low vibe. That's where the words come from. And low vibing energy is fear and sadness and guilt. Those are low vibing vibrations. And if you feel that a lot, if you are in your fear a lot, or in your sadness a lot, you attract more of it. It's just how the universe works. This is not something I believe. This is factual. But if you send out high vibing stuff, joy, gratitude, love, you attract more of that. And what would be the most loving thing you can do for your sick friend or your fearful colleague? What could be the most loving thing you can do is be there for them, not going with them in their fear or in their sadness or in their anxiety, but no, being there, saying you see them, and then with your upbeat energy, try to help them see the good side of life as well. Try to help them find gratitude for them in their lives. Try to help them see a silver lining for them. Be a spark of joy for them. I truly believe that as leaders, right now, the most important thing you can do for your people is seeing them, hearing them, listening to them, and then help them. If they are in anxiety or if they're afraid, help them to shift their perspective. To shift their perspective on finding joy in the moment. I believe that is our job as leaders right now. Not to talk about a negative prognosis. Nobody knows what the future is going to bring. Nobody knows. Media doesn't know. They're just projecting something. They're just projecting their belief. Not even the wisest of the wisest economists know what's going to happen. Nobody knows. So you have a choice which perspective you choose. You have a choice. And the only thing you can influence really is your own attitude, your own behavior, and how you show up in the world, and the thoughts you choose to have, the perspective you choose to have. That's what you can influence. So if all of us watching this video choose joy, then more of us will attract joy, and it spreads. And joy is just as contagious as fear is. It's just as contagious. So I choose to spread joy because I want a world where everybody feels joy. At work, in their families, at home, in their social life. That's what I want to spread. So yes, I keep focusing on joy, and I would love to help you do the same. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.